We got Coach Venables here. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Hey, Coach, it's David Hood. Best part of tonight being able to play so many young players out there on that defense and get some tape for you to look at.
Yeah, pretty anxious going into this game, just knowing that we had 9 new guys starting their first college game, and so super proud of the guys, man. They really, I thought that group of guys really, again, didn't play perfect, but they didn't need to. Really took control of the game in the first half. And when we did have our backs against the wall a few different series, I thought that our guys really responded well in that first half, and just really, again, took Wake Forest out of the game with that first group of guys. But then again, in the second half, were able to, I think we played everybody but Sergio Allen as far as defense is concerned. Sergio missed a couple days with a funeral in the family, and wasn't as tuned into the game plan and whatnot, but everybody else played, again, the majority of the second half. So a lot of good and plenty of things that we got to get better. Had some guys that didn't play, traveled tonight, and they're an integral part of what we do. And we got a lot of things to get better at for sure. But going on the road, playing against a conference team, against, again, a very well-coached team in Wake Forest, to shut them out in the first half and have a bunch of situational football that's going to be great to teach from, and just some fundamental things that we got to get better and get some guys to play some better technique in situations, better awareness. We have a chance to have a really good unit by the year's end, and those guys up front, I thought the guys up front really played well tonight. In particular, a lot of young guys played, but we had some guys like Jordan Williams and Niles Pinkney played well, along with a lot of those freshmen, and KJ Henry and Justin Maskell, Regan Upshaw. Those guys really played well up front, I thought, tonight.
Considering that Darian Kendrick was out, Mario Goodrich didn't make the trip, were you a little concerned about the secondary heading into
just as much as them. We had 9 new guys starting their first college game, so that's a lot of inexperience and being in the moment. But certainly those 2 guys have played different times, especially DK last year, and Mario's got a good role and has played meaningful football as well. So. Those guys are, along with the other guys, are a major part of what we do.
Brent, we saw Bryan Bresee with that early half sack. Just what did you think of his performance overall?
Yeah, excited for him. He's like a big puppy dog, big Labrador. You let him outside for the first time, or bring him home for the first time. He's wetting all over the place, and but he was great. He's strong and athletic. I think he's offsides first play, so it's classic. But Brian's done well, and those older guys have helped him do well. And along again with really Rook had to come out, but excited about him as well as 2 young defensive tackles that have really looked good in camp. But Brian really did the same things tonight. Certainly was not perfect by any stretch, but did some of the same things tonight that he's done since he's gotten here this last spring.
Coach, how do you feel like those young guys in the secondary? How do you feel like those young guys in the secondary performed tonight? And what are maybe some things that you'll want to address in the next week with that unit?
Yeah, there's some good and some not so good. You got to play the deep ball better. We got to maintain leverage on routes, and don't panic. Play the ball. All those things. Understand the leverage that you need to have, and then maintain the leverage within the route. Again, to get on the stage, it's good, man. You got to find out who can do it and who needs to work on what. And we got plenty of work to do, but we got the right guys to do it. I thought we had some great plays early in the game where Again, our young safeties were challenged and some double moves. And, man, we put on a clinic on some of the double moves. Really excellent job by some of those guys. Excited to see that. Knew that they would attack us with that. Had some miscommunication and a bust or two in the first half. Some of the things we're doing. And Wake goes really fast. If anybody didn't know, and I bet a lot of people didn't, they're 3 straight years of being a top 5 offense in the country in plays per game. So they go at a very rapid pace. And again, thought whether they miss field goals or not, it's why you play the game. We make mistakes too. They make mistakes, but we had a shutout in the first half, and then we really emptied the bench after that. It was 27-0. So great to get on the road and play a good quality opponent like Wake that's going to strain you before the ball's ever snapped with systematically how they attack. And it was good to get some guys exposed so we can learn and grow. That's how you get better. Is through that failure.
Trevor Groves, CUTigers.com here. Coach Sweeney mentioned Regan Upshaw a little bit during camp. He had a nice night tonight. How pleased were you with his performance?
Yeah, again, first time, playing real meaningful snaps, and Reagan's done a great job, had a great camp, had an excellent camp, and is really disruptive, learning how to play the game. And again, this is a guy that, 4.5 years ago had never played football. And to see him out here, and he's playing for Clemson Tigers, and he's out there and playing at a high level, that's pretty cool to see. But I'm proud of him. He's worked incredibly hard for his opportunities, very humble, very, very twitchy and explosive, and just learning how to play the game, ultra physical, and proud of Reagan, and he's going to really help us this year.
What was it like for Brent Venables, the dad, to see both Tyler and Jake out there making plays?
It was great. It was a lot of fun to see that, and they've worked hard for their opportunity, have earned their right to get out there with those guys, and it was pretty cool, to be very honest. But they're held to the same standards, so there'll be some corrections going on the bus on the way home tonight. But that was pretty neat, though. Very unique for certainly for us and for them. Proud of them.
How important was it for you guys, for a guy like KJ to set the tone on that first drive, for those younger guys to kind of see it and get in that same mindset throughout the game?
Well, I mean, getting into a rhythm on defense is the same as like getting in a rhythm on offense. So I think it's very important. And KJ's a really smart guy, very talented. And, man, the cool thing about him and really that D-line, we still have so much, and they were probably the best part. Our safeties and a few linebackers were really good. But and there's a lot of guys that played well, and we got, again, plenty that we have to get corrected. But really felt our D-line set the tone for the night. And KJ has done a great job both leading and working and developing and really being just having self-awareness where he needed to get better. And it's been a lot of work. And he's a lot of fun to coach and have in the locker room. He's got a real joyful spirit to him, and has really matured and has grown into a leader for us. And yeah, I mean, he obviously did a really good job along with those other guys. Again, just setting the tone early up front.
Take one or two more for Coach V. All right, Coach, thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
In the defensive room, we anticipate having Mike Jones Jr. and KJ Henry sometime soon as they come out of the locker room, so we'll keep you guys updated there. Thank you.